Hi, welcome to the Crafts channel. My name's Corinne Bradd and I do like a bit of embroidery, but if you've ever suffered the way that I do, when you pull the wrong end of your embroidery thread and it just doesn't come out as it's supposed to. I mean, a lot of the better brands always come out cleanly. Some of the random brands that I've got, that you just get a tangle in it, and then once you've got that tangle, you can't get past that tangle. And it's just quite depressing. So I've made these little thread cards, and they're very simple to make. You could even use them actually as Christmas decorations one year if you fancy, because it is like that whole pin art. You're just winding thread from point to point to point. But if you're making somebody up like a little sewing kit, it's a quite nice idea to pad that kit out with some lovely embroidery threads on some little flowery cards. So I've got 3 different types of flower here that I will give you templates for in the description below. And to make them a bit sturdier, if you glue a piece of cardstock to a piece of patterned cardstock and let it dry, draw around your template and then quite simply cut. And I've found if you cut all of the left-hand curves, as it were, first, you can get a much easier cut, rather than trying to cut and then angle your scissors to cut back out again and risk bending the card. Just always cut from the outside in. So I'm going to cut all the way around here. And when you reach the end, then just cut back. And this way your card stays completely flat. Oh, does help if you follow the line and don't go off on a tangent. But if you've watched any of my other demonstrations, you'll know that I frequently go off on a tangent. There you go, you've got your flower shape. And then to make sure that you can wrap your card successfully, what I would suggest you do is get a hole punch, and on each intersection just punch a small hole. I mean, it doesn't have to be huge, this is just a 2mm wide hole. It ensures that your thread stays where it's supposed to while you're starting to wrap it. And also, because you're actually making a circular hole, it's going to put less stress on that intersection and it will be less likely to rip. Like so. And then you get your tangled mess of embroidery thread that you wish you'd never started opening. And if you wrap it around your hand, you should find that actually you can get it to untangle relatively easily. But then rather than trying to wind it back into a skein, pop it in one hole there and then count perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And then come back 1 hole and the 5th hole, 1 hole and the 5th hole, 1 hole and the 5th hole. Oh, where did I go? 1 hole and the 5th hole. So then 1 hole and the 5th hole. And you're going to build up almost like a, you remember the spirograph patterns that you used to get when you were a child? And you're just going to create an interesting pattern over the surface of your thread card. And the pattern on the front will be different to the pattern on the back. And don't lose track of where you were, because then it's really difficult to go back and do it. So have a play around with going from hole to hole, counting different numbers of holes as you do so. Because you'll make myriad patterns. And the other nice thing is if you choose a design where you're actually leaving, oh, where am I going? I'm going there. Where you're leaving quite a large gap in the centre. Hang on, let me just carry on doing this before I lose track of where I am. I'm just going to tuck that thread under the back of all of those weaves so it doesn't come unravelled. So you can have various designs, and if you do this so you have this central design, what it means is you can fussy cut your paper so you can actually see an image in the middle of it, like this heron. If you were to wind blue thread around it, let me just pop a couple of holes in this. So if you want to try and keep your heron's face in this design, just go from every other hole. I don't know if you can see that blue against that pattern of paper. And what it does is it creates a frame around the picture on your card. It's not the greatest example because I have actually now blindfolded that heron, but you can get the gist of what I mean. So a really quick idea to A, use up some of those odd scraps of paper and card that aren't really big enough to do anything else with, and B, create some quite interesting and very useful thread cards, so you can then, when you start your embroidery again, you can just pull your thread out and it doesn't tangle as you undo it. Also, if you want to keep your bands on, you can just tuck the colour number underneath the threads. So I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. I now can't remember how this one was threaded up, so we'll just pretend. And please do let us know what you think of the videos. We're always open to comments. I'm always happy to answer questions if I can. Please subscribe and check your notifications, because we will let you know every time we've got a new demonstration coming up. Templates will be in the description below. Thank you very much for watching us. Thank you for coming back if you've watched us before. If not, please come and see us again very, very soon. Till then, bye-bye. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.